Today we're here with Justin, and we'll be asking Justin some questions today. Justin, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing all right.
That's good.
Okay, Justin, what do you think of when you hear the word Black Lives Matter?
When I think of Black Lives Matter, I think of social justice. I mean, black people have been discriminated for years in this country. I'm talking about centuries. I mean, we were slaves for God knows how long. I mean, we were taken from our motherland. I mean, Jim Crow laws, you know, black people have been oppressed in this country, and it's not like they're doing it in our faces right now, but it's systemic. So it might not look like they're doing it, but you know they are doing it. So I think Black Lives Matter is just social justice.
Okay, Justin, and what are some things that you would give advice to someone who's younger than you who are scared for their future? Like, what's something that you would tell them?
I just gotta tell them to just keep their head on the swivel. I mean, obviously it's not a good thing, but you know, you shouldn't live your life in fear. But you should also be educated on your history, and I think that's the big thing. If you're educated on your history, then nobody can tell you, okay, well, this happened, that happened. Like, no, you would know. You can check that person right then and there, and that's where the changes in society can start.
Okay. And I'm sure you heard about the whole George Floyd situation and also Breonna Taylor. How do you feel about that?
I mean, with the George Floyd situation, I mean, that was sick. I mean, it was right there. I mean, you had officers surrounding the guy, and the guy just had his knee on this guy's neck. I mean, It was for a while. I seen the video. It was like 20 minutes. You're suffocating the guy for 20 minutes. He's in handcuffs. You know, his hands behind his back. You know, he can't really do anything to you. I mean, he's on concrete. You know, that's not comfortable. You know, his lungs is being compressed to the ground. He can't breathe. You know, he's screaming it to you. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. You know, the guy is calling for his mom. His mom died a year ago. His mom ain't alive. So, you know, I mean, that's just the thing that we gotta just attack, you know what I'm saying? You know, people talking about the riots, you know, that's not the big picture. The big picture is that we need social justice in this country. And it's gonna take a while for that to happen, but I think it starts here and right now. And I think George Floyd is a person who had to take that sacrifice, and I think it was meant for him to happen. I'm not saying what happened was good, but I think everything happens for a reason. And I think George Floyd dying in this pandemic sparked something, and I think it's getting more people educated on what's going on. Now with Breonna Taylor, I mean, that was just terrible. I mean, that was terrible police work, terrible everything. I mean, a no-knock warrant, for one, that's something that tried to be implemented to stop the war on drugs, and that just didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? No-knock warrants didn't stop the war on drugs, you know? It didn't work. So why is it still implemented to today? If it didn't work back in the 80s, why are you still having it now? And Breonna Taylor lost her life, just like I'm sure any other people have lost their life, just to this no-knock warrant. I mean, she was literally in her own house sleeping. What makes it a smart idea for people to bust into somebody's house and not have to announce that they're the police? I mean, if that's me, I'm gonna defend my family. I'm gonna defend my girlfriend, you know?
Right.
If I have my concealed carry, I'm gonna defend my family, I'm gonna defend my girlfriend. You know, it's nothing. You know, it's just terrible, and I'm glad that the boyfriend got released. I think he deserved to get released, and I think all the police officers should be charged with murder and mishandling of a firearm. All of that. It was just terrible. The whole department should face reparations. I mean, not the department. The family should just face reparations from the whole situation. It was just terrible. So, you know, that's how I think it. That's how I view of it. So that's just my thoughts.
Okay. And Justin, have you participated in any Black Lives Matter protests over the summer, or any organizations?
Actually, no, I have not. I mean, you know, I would wanted to get out there, but you know, my dad was kind of like, I wouldn't say he was scared, but he just wanted to be cautious because, you know, people was out there, you know, getting pepper sprayed. I even had one friend, I'm pretty sure you guys know, he got kidnapped. I wouldn't say kidnapped, but the police took him in. They kept him in the precinct. Nobody heard from him. They was calling, you know. So like, my dad just didn't want that stuff to happen to me, you know, because, you know, I'm his kid, you know.
Understandable.
That's understandable. He was looking out for his kid. But definitely one day in the future, if these riots are still going on, or not these riots, but these protests, if these protests are still going on, I would definitely go out to one, you know. If it's another Homewood one, I would definitely go out to one. Flossmoor, any type in this area, I'd definitely go out to one and protest. You know, I think it's needed. Our voices do matter. Our votes do matter. So I think we just need to step up. I mean, we are the generation to make this happen. We're too educated to let this type of stuff slide. So I think we should take a stand.
Thank you, Justin. For VTV, I'm D.Wilkins. Back to you in the studio, Mr. C.